guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. We are back with Sit Down with Shan. And I thought, you know what? We all could do with a little helping hand right now. So how are we making that side hustle? How are we making that extra coin? How are we putting our savings away? How are we just hustling some of that extra money? And you guys sent in a lot of recommendations. So you know what? I thought a great outfit. Perfectly imperfect. Because if you've got a side hustle, as long as it's not hurting anyone, you go do you and earn that extra cash. Because I tell you what, everything else is going up in the world, but not a lot of people's wages. I've one included in that. I'm like, how do you expect people to sustain this? Fuel, I have noticed, is slightly increasing, and I'm like, you need to come back down. So my lovelies, let's have a good old chit chat. Let's get comfy and talk about how to make that extra dollar, well, pound, to make those pennies count. Right, so my lovelies, let's have a look. If you want to get involved in any of these videos, I have an email which is down below that if you send an email in, I normally say a name and a picture if you're comfortable, just so I know who I'm talking to. And if you want to get involved in any of these types of videos, I send monthly emails out, whether it be Sit Down with Shan, Scandals with Shan, Monthly Mukbang, Moments with Mama G, Confessions, Say It or Shot It. Everything that I will ask will be over there. And also on my Instagram. My Instagram is also down below. It's AllThingsShannonLeighxx, pretty much on anything. And that again, I will do stories and polls and you guys can interact. Everything stays anonymous, but otherwise it would just be me sitting here rabbiting probably absolute waffle, but this time I get to read your guys. So you guys sent in, and the first one said, I can't say what, but 18 plus pays the bills. You do you. You know what? I'm all here for it. As I say, if it's not hurting anyone, if it's not something that can cause problems within relationships or whatever like that, you go do you. I would love, I keep saying like, should I sell pictures of my feet? But I've got really dainty little feet and I don't know if that's something that someone would like to see. I mean, there's, I keep getting on my TikTok, is it Fun with Feet or Find My Feet? And I'm like, does that even work though? How much work do you have to put in to make money to sell pictures of your feet? If anyone does, I would love to know. If you don't want to leave a comment, please drop me a message or a DM. As I say, everything stays anonymous. I'm just so intrigued as to how it works, because people can be making some serious money and I'm like, if I've got to put my foot in a tub of baked beans to earn some money, your girl's got a mortgage to pay for, so I'm not below that, and I'm absolutely here for that. So you do you, my lovelies. Start a blooming YouTube channel and asking for extra shifts at work. I love that. A lot of people I have had message me over the years I've been doing and are like, I'm thinking of starting, any tips, anything like that. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. If you get into YouTube for the money, wanting it, I've had people message me before and say like, how do you get paid? And it's like, you have to have, I can't remember, 1,000 subscribers and I think 4,000 hours of watch time in a consecutive year. And people say, well, how long did it take you to get monetized? And every channel is so different. So for me, it was pretty much 6 months to the day I started to when I got monetized. It was just before Christmas, actually. But as I say, it's from the beginning. You guys know I'm very transparent with my earnings over here. I think my first paycheck was like 20 quid. And even that, it baffled me that you could actually earn money from sitting and talking to a camera, which is what I've grown up to now do for the past 5 years. And yeah, it's, you can't say, yep, it's going to take you this long and you're going to get paid this amount and this is that. It fluctuates so much. You could have a video go absolutely bonkers, but if you don't have like the retention of how long people have watched, you're not going to get the ads in it. Therefore, you may not gain the best revenue. Whereas something that could be a 10-15 minute video, if you're holding that retention, they will put the ads in. And as I say, YouTube now place the ads automatically. And if you try to change them, as I say, I try and get the early ones out, but it actually does affect then the whole video's ads. And they can just, in essence, if they wanted to, just not put any ads in or reduce the amount of ads. I'm not too sure how it works, but yeah, they've really cracked down and have kind of taken back the control, which I get because I'm like, okay. However, if you don't like watching loads of ads, it can be freaking annoying. And as I say, ads are how you make your money on YouTube. But if it's piled with it, you're not going to want to watch a bloody video, are you? So yeah, if anyone has noticed that the videos are piled with ads now, I am so sorry. And as I say, it really does help a girl out if you watch the ads all the way through. I know some of them can be like a minute, 2 minutes. Whenever I watch videos, now I know the importance of watching the ads in the videos. I will get up and do a drink or quickly pop on my phone, something to keep the ads going for that person. Because it's not a lot, but as Tesco says, every penny counts. Is it every penny counts or every penny helps? Every little helps. You can tell I've not shopped at Tesco for a while, can you? One of my lovelies says, travel network marketing is the way forward. I'm obsessed with it. Now, this is one I don't have a sour spot for, but I have been inundated with messages from people within a travel agency marketing platform. I think there's various companies. And you know what really gripes me? I'm all here for everyone trying to earn that extra dollar. If I get messages like out of the blue being like, hi, see you like to travel, is this something you're interested in? I'm like, thank you, but no thank you. The ones that really gripe me are when they make a pitiful excuse to try and befriend you. So I've had a few. So I've got my travels on my Instagram, and they will pick one, for example, I don't know, what was my recent one of the log cabins. And it was like, oh, I'm looking to book this. Would you say that there's any like child activities nearby? And I'm like, there was a little, it depends what you want to do, la 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 la. Oh, okay, what was the log cabin like? So I'm all here for helping people out. Like, if you want to go away and it's somewhere that I've been, ask me all the questions and I will help. And I'm like, okay. And then what I'll do is I'll go onto that person's profile. And as soon as I see like independent travel agent or something like that, I'm like, it's only a matter of time. So I'll reply back and then it will drop in, oh, well, I do this and I think that you could do this. Here's more info. And I'm kind of like, thank you, but no thank you. Some of them will leave it at that. Some of them will be, but you like to travel. Wouldn't you like to save money? And I'm like, thank you. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to be doing another venture, to be searching for something, to then be trying to book other people's holidays. If people can make a career out of that, absolutely go for it. And you know what? Hats off to you, because I'd freaking love to look at holidays and booking holidays all day. But I can't. So for now, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to have to pay full price for my stuff that I buy for my travels and everything like that. But thank you. And some are so freaking persistent. And I'm like, look, I've had about 50 people try and be so interested in my posts, and it's all just a marketing ploy. So thank you, but no thank you. And then before you know it, they've took you off their friends, you don't hear anything more, and they're off to the next one. So I would say, I think the concept of it is very good. The fact that you can save money for other people and save money for yourself, absolutely great. I would say be careful, because I believe there is a join-in or a monthly membership scheme. On one of them, when I looked on the links, there was something you had to pay like a monthly membership. That for me then makes me think it's like a pyramid scheme, and I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. But if you're on there and you're making mega money, hats off to you. As I say, let me know down below or send me a DM. I would love to know if it works for you and how you started off. But for me personally, I'm going to pay the money and just be done with it. I haven't got time. God, guys, I barely have time to do anything for myself at the minute. I'm just like, whew, there's just too much going on. Too much going on. One of my lovelies says, I've got shares at work that mature every 3 years. So I save it and I use some of that money for a nice holiday. I love that. I've never heard of that, shares at work. Oh, wow, you must work for a really good company. I heard something. There's a company that they pay, like the director, he pays himself a wage, and then the rest of it he will split 50% to put back into the business, and the other 50% he divides between all of his staff for a bonus. And this is like a multi-million shipping and haulage company. You know when you're like, wow, that is a good bloody employee. Get those tootsies out and get earning. Oh my God, you need to tell me how. How? Tell me how. You guys, as I say, everything stays anonymous. Put on that mask and earn them coins. A mask. Is this like a saucy mask? Or are we literally just putting a mask on and talking to someone? I could do that. I've got a, like a Nacho Libre mask. I could put that on and talk to someone. I've got like a, you know, like a masquerade. I've got one of them ones I could attach to my face. Is it that simple? Just talking to someone? See, I don't think I could. The thought, if I was to like talk saucy to someone, I'd end up laughing too much. Me and Dan, we always have a little giggle when it's like you try and talk a little flirty, and sometimes we'll be like, what? As if people say this to each other. But again, if you can do it and not be me and have like a giggling fit every 5 minutes, you do that. I would be intrigued as well to know how much people earn off that. Because I follow a lady and she's a mum. I think she's just had her 3rd baby. And she does like a agency where people talk to men and everything like that. And she puts the screenshots of like people, oh, I've got no experience and what they make in a week. And I'm like, but again, it's like the fee. Is it so easy? Is it literally you just go on a website, bing, tick, Mr. John is sitting there, I'd like to talk to him, and then they pay? Like, I have no idea. How does this all work? It baffles me. One of my lovelies. Hello, my lovely. Hope you're all okay. I am a self-employed cleaner, so luckily I get paid daily, or we would never survive the week. Shopping is so expensive lately, and so are the bills. My husband is a self-employed decorator and earns fairly good money, but lately can't do a full week, bless him, because of his prosthetic leg, as it's often painful. Oh, take loads of care, my lovelies. He was refused PIP, which I think is disgusting, as there are so many people out there claiming it that don't need to, and it gets me really, really angry, especially when I see him in so much pain when he gets home. I am with you there, okay? I know people and people of people that get this, is it PIP? And any other, I don't know the names of benefits. I've never once claimed, I've never been on the dole, even when I was out of work and I was looking after Nan, I lived off my savings. So I don't know how it works with the benefit system. The fact your husband has a prosthetic leg, he's still out there working and earning, but he can't get any help, it actually infuriates me, because I know people who swindle this system, and you look at them and I just think, what is wrong with the UK right now? We are in probably one of the worst economic crises. This morning it said, is it PIP or something, UniCredit? Universal Credit? I think that was it. £8 million just on this one benefit alone. And you know when you think, what the actual hell? But you know what? You can't blame the people if the system are allowing it. Like, I think in England, we're very lucky. The amount of benefits and that people can get, you don't get half that stuff in other countries. But when people abuse it, I think that's when it needs to toe the line and be like, no. I always remember my poor Nan, she had skin cancer several times. She lost her nose. If you've been around, you know the story. And she could barely walk. She had a little Zimmer frame. And she couldn't get disability because I always remember the assessment lady. She went, right, Mrs. my Nan's surname, can you stand at the sink and wash yourself? So she had her little Zimmer. She went to the sink and she would hold on with one hand, which would be dangerous because sometimes if she overloaded it, the wheels would come up. She had a few accidents with the sink. So she'd hold on it and she'd get her hand with her flannel on one and she'd wash. Then she'd put it in and then she'd swap over and get the towel. And they deemed, because my Nan could wash herself, she wasn't entitled to anything. She was late 70s holding on to a Zimmer frame, one-handedly trying to wash herself. And then obviously with her mobility, my Nan, she broke her entire leg. God, I was in college. And she had a big cast, full leg cast, bless her. And her whole knee joint thing, it was imported from America. And it was like steel. Is it steel? Some form of metal. So she basically had one little tiny leg, bless her, and then the other one was very, very larger in comparison to it because of this huge bit of kit that went into her leg. And I always remember she used to make me die. She'd say, when anything happens to me, you cut that out of my leg and take it down the scrapyard. Of course that wasn't what we was going to do, Nan. It was going to get buried with you. It got put in you. It was getting out with you. But she was very doddery and she couldn't go far and she had to have a Zimmer. So I always remember Mum asked if she could get a blue badge back when my mum had this little old Vauxhall Corsa, just so that when we took her into the town or whatever, we could park a little bit closer to the shops. And they refused her. And then you go to the supermarket and I see some people with a blue badge and I look at them and when I tell you it boils my blood, because I just think of my little old Nan with her little doddery walking frame and the wheelchair and that we'd have to get. And then I see people and I'm like, you're not disabled. And I know people say that not all disabilities are visible and everything like that. I get that. But when there's very evident reasons why someone has a blue badge and it's not medical, it's through self-infliction, I think no. And I agree that there does need to be a tougher cut down because, as I say, I just have my poor Nan and I remember the freaking letter and Mum was like, she's got decline for it. And I'm like, what? How? She was disfigured, bless her. She was battling skin cancer. She couldn't do a lot. She was on the Zimmer, but she kept falling. But because whatever person said, oh, well, she can wash one thing, and then there was another form for the blue badge. And I think the system's always been flawed, but even now, people are just absolutely abusing it. And I'm completely with you. I don't think that's fair at all. And I probably shouldn't, but my face says it all. If I see someone in a bay with a blue badge and there's nothing wrong with them medically in terms of, like, I don't know, reduced mobility, anything like that, through an illness and not self-infliction, my face will say it all. And I can't help but just to be like, I will have a resting bitch face. And it actually puts me in a mood for my shopping trip because I'm like, no. And then I just think of me nanny and I'm like, And again, my lovely, she says, I have a couple of side hustles on Facebook. I don't sell much as everyone is suffering, but I enjoy showing off the small businesses I work with and getting them seen. Sending you lots of love and hugs as always. Love and hugs back. That is something, promotion within like communities and local companies and smaller businesses, I'm all here for. You guys know me. I'm an Etsy whore. I will say that I'm probably as much a Vivienne Westwood whore as I am Etsy. And I have no shame with it. I freaking love Etsy. And when there's occasions, Mum's birthday, Dan's birthday, anniversaries, Christmas, but everything is pretty much Etsy. I absolutely love it. And I love it when you get the parcel and you get the little card in and it's like, thank you for supporting my business. They put all their tags. That's going straight on my Instagram and I'm promoting. Like, honestly, I love it. And there's nothing better than word of mouth spreading, I think. Like, absolutely love it. Let's have a look. I'm currently undergoing a further education course which will hopefully get me qualified as a social worker. Hopefully this can bring in more money. I love that. Education. Further education. Knowledge is power. Power can bring in the money. I'm here for that. One of my lovelies says, oh, Shannon, this is hard as everyone is different. I know I went through a period of using Klarna all the time and then worked out that it was just better to get something and pay it in full. Life is so different now as there's so much tech that everyone wants for no reason. Not you. I do love my tech, I can't lie. You need it for your YouTube. Selling stuff, which you are doing. I started Vinted, guys. If you didn't see one of the videos before I speak about it in there, I made my first sale. I did. I got rid of one of my pairs of Vivienne Westwood jeans. There is stuff going on there pretty much every day. So if you haven't, if you go, is it on my link tree? It might be on the link tree down below Vinted. But if not, again, it's AllThingsShannonLeighxx on Vinted. If anyone's on there, give us a follow and I will follow back, my lovelies. There's pretty much everything from jewellery to home accessories to clothing to handbags to boots to shoes. Brand new with tags never worn, some things barely worn. Everything and anything is on there. And I'm contemplating putting my teddies on there. When I say my teddies, I mean my Ted Baker coats because they're snug on the arm. And I'm like, girl, you're going to end up ripping them. So we will see. But yeah, as I say, if anyone is on Vinted, please give me a follow and I will follow back. Car boots. I think there are sites out there that you can send stuff to, i.e. old tech and books. I've seen book sites, but I think it's pennies. I mean, if you have a extortionate amount of books to send, it could probably be quite profitable. But books, me and Mum just take to our local charity shop, or all of the books from when I was little. I've always loved books, and I had like Beatrix Potter, Jacqueline Wilson. I had Horrible Histories, the collection. Mum actually took them to our local school and they put it into the library, which is very nice because you know it's then getting like recycled and other people can use them. Jewellery and even vintage clothes have sites. Have used the ones for videos and ads years ago, and like me these days only shop for what I need. Saving money doing washing on a cold works great with new detergents, and washing on the off-peak hours if you have British Gas. I get something like this through from Octopus, but it's always when I'm never freaking here. It'll be like, say, an hour in Saturday or Sunday, sometimes we're out, or it will be between, say, 4 or 5 on weekdays, and I'm like, damn it, we're not home, and it's like, do all the washing and everything that you need in that hour, and you don't pay any extra. So, British Gas do it, so do Octopus. The other thing is, if you really need it, get it, but if not, leave it and think about it. I do the 3-month rule now. So if I see something, okay, if I'm still thinking about it in a month, I'm like, okay, it could be a thing. If I'm still thinking it after 2 months, I'm starting to put it onto my apps for when notifications, when price goes down. If it's after 3 months, it doesn't mean I'm getting it at the end of 3 months, but I know I'm definitely going to get it, whether I've got to save for it, whether it could be a Christmas present, a birthday present. That's how I know that, like, yes, Shannon, you need that in your life. To think about it. As long as you have a roof over your head, bills are paid and food in your belly. Exactly that. And as I say, bills paid, mortgage paid, food, plenty of food in this house. Me and Dan, what can I say? We like to eat. We like food. And you know what? If that's the biggest problem for some people in this world, I would not like to be you. I was looking back the other day at videos and pictures and everything like that. And I was like, you know what? I know I've put on weight, but I know I can lose it. But the difference is I lose it when I want to. Not because someone tells me I've got to lose it. Not because someone says, oh, you've put a few pounds on. I know that. I see my body day in, day out. It made me laugh. I had an email from a lady, and she said on one of the try-on clips that me and Mum done, and Mum's like, Shan, your thighs. I've always had big thighs, and whenever I lose weight or train, I love exercising legs. Put me on the leg machines, put me on squats. So naturally, they're going to get bigger. And they was like, I know your mum doesn't mean it horribly, but don't worry, like, big thighs are powerful thighs. As I say, crush a head in them thighs, trust me. And I was like, honestly, like, my mum means no harm when she says that. We're very open with each other. She's always like, Shan, like, your bum's looking a bit big. And I'm like, all right, Twiggy, calm yourself down. There's no maliciousness between me and my mum. When I did get really skinny, my mum would be the one, come on, let's go feed you up a bit. She didn't like to see me skinny how I was when I was back in the kitchens, actually. And I dropped 2 or 3 dress sizes in the space of 6 weeks, and went to the point I went to a family birthday party at the time, and my ex-partner didn't recognise me. He walked straight past me. Yeah, I lost all my girls. I lost my curves. I wore a scarf as a halter neck t-shirt because I literally just went, I'd much rather have a little bit more meat on my handles right now, have a bit of a shape, and as long as my man is okay with my body, that is all that matters. That is all that matters. And you know what? He's absolutely fine with it. But I looked back and I just thought, no, I like my food. And our food bills, we do it on a budget. We do it under about 50 quid, but we like good food and we like rich food. So if we're doing like a carbonara, it's that full fat cream. It's the big bits of chicken with that smoked bacon. If we're having a steak, we ain't peeing around with like a 4 or 6 ounce steak. You're getting like an 8 to 12 ounce steak on the plate. With the big jacket potatoes that have been cooked for 2 hours to crunchy goodness, slathered in butter. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And you know what? I don't care. That's probably when we do a big stock up. So we do a stock up every 3 months of like the freezer and all of the cupboards. And that's probably one of our favourite deliveries of the seasons, in essence, because it's like, yes. And we know we're stock up and we're already looking for like the autumn food and thinking of like the party food at Christmas. So excited. So yeah, as that tangent went completely off, my food bills could be quite high, but I don't care. Girls gotta eat. Always shop around for the best deals on car insurance and house insurance, even TV deals. Loads of love. Lots of love back to you too. And yes, in terms of insurances, definitely shop around. Shop around, do what you need to do, because it can be quite pricey sometimes, and especially car insurance. They will just hope that you will just want it to automatically renew with them. Always shop around. I always do compare the Meerkat. That's my little safe haven of everything, and I shop around every year. No matter what the insurance is now, because some of my insurances for the house after 1 year was up. Some were 2 years. I think next year, my broadband, and that was 2 years, so I was locked in. So next year I'll have to look at that. My home insurance obviously is every year. I've got to check, and buildings and contents and stuff like that. All the adult stuff. But yes, my lovelies, I've loved hearing how you guys make your extra cash. And you know what? Slightly jealous of some of it. Slightly jealous indeed. But my lovelies, thank you for sitting down and listening to me ribbit rabbit and chat away as I always freaking do. If you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below, and leave me a comment. How do you make extra money? Or how would you like to earn more money, make extra money? If there was a way where someone said, you know what, that's your perfect way of making money, what would it be? Please do let me know down below. But yes, take care, stay safe as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.